Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioStation.
Hey guys, what is up? It's Snox here recording for LumioStation, and I'm gonna go over my team real quick for the 6th generation Pokémon Showdown video real quick. Me and my opponent have very different teams, mine mainly being like more built centrally rather than just like a bunch of random things like his is. But my team consists of Mega Scizor, which just does damage and sword stances and bullet punches, and Technician, just a lot of damage, and Skarmory, which whirlwinds things out with the spikes, and the Stealth Rocks with my Mamoswine. And Mamoswine also has 3 attacking moves, so it can get some damage in, because it's actually pretty good in attack. And then I have my special defensive wall, which is Sylveon, which toxic things and stuff. And then I have Haxorus, another offensive, which just has Dragon Dance with 3 offensive moves, Poison Jab to hit fairies, even though can't hit Mawile with Poison Jab. And then I have my Rapid Spinner, which is Hitmontop with Leftovers, and Intimidate, which is mainly a physically bulky sport. And then my opponent has the Mega Mawile, like I said, as it can do a lot of damage. Has the Galvantula, which is most likely going to set up Sticky Webs. Has the Vaporeon, which is probably going to carry Scald, Ice Beam, Protect, and Toxic like most do. The contrary Malamar, which can get a lot of boosts from my Intimidate on Hitmontop if I try and counter him with that, and then the superpowers give him more attack and defense. And then he also has the Trevenant, which is just a tank overall, has Leech Seed, Will-O-Wisp, and things like that. And then there's also his Double Aid, which most likely has a Violite, because otherwise he wouldn't run it. So let's quickly get into this Pokemon Showdown battle for LumioStation. Alright, hey guys, what is up? It is Snox here for LumioStation. Today I'm recording a Pokemon Showdown video, and let's get right into it. So, I sent out my Hitmontop to lead off with, because he's my Rapid Spinner. I figured he would lead with Galvantula to get Sticky Webs up, and that's exactly what he does. I go for the Earthquake first turn, mainly just trying to get damage off on it. I get a critical hit. The next turn, Galvantula goes for a Thunder Wave and actually paralyzes my Hitmontop, but that doesn't matter too greatly, considering he's mainly a bulky support. Then he goes for the Volt Switch, trying to get some damage off as he switches in, or as he switches out, my bad. And my Hitmontop's just kind of staying in here. I try to go for the Earthquake again, predicting the switch into either Double Aid or Mawile, trying to set something up with it since I'm paralyzed. So once he goes in Double Aid, he goes for the Protect. I get the Earthquake off. Then I decide it's probably best for him to switch out, because he's gonna switch into Trevenant. I try and go for the Earthquake, actually, and I get paralyzed. Leftovers, I'm back up at full again. He goes for the Leech Seed on Trevenant, which actually takes away 12% each turn, and he gets health back from that. I go for the Toxic, because I know Trevenants are mainly bulky in HP. So then I switch out on my Hitmontop, and I go into Sylveon, knowing that I can most likely take a hit from him, even if he is physical. He goes for the Horn Leech, and it does about 36% after the Leftovers. I go for the Moon Blast, and he'll do a bit more than half of his current HP, and it doesn't. And then he has Harvest, which gets him the Citrus Berry boost and the Citrus Berry back. And he has Leech Seed as well, so he's getting a lot of health back from that. And I see I'm not going to be doing anything in here with Sylveon, so I switch back out in Hitmontop, get the lowered attack, that way I can know that I'll live another Horn Leech from him. I'm basically trying to Toxic Stall him out at this rate, with all the different Pokemon I have. I don't want anyone to die, mainly Hitmontop, because I need to Rapid Spin the Sticky Web away. So switching to Haxorus as he goes for the Leech Seed. This isn't too great considering I'm also Life Orb, so I'm going to be taking a lot of damage after every turn. I go for the Poison Jab, and it doesn't quite take it out. I knew it wouldn't, but I didn't think he'd really... I didn't know what I was thinking then, but I knew he would die to toxic damage next turn, which he does. And after all that turn, my Haxorus is only left with 50% health, or 5 hits with Life Orb. I actually switch out here, and I go into my Sylveon, knowing he can take any special hit from this Vaporeon. It does about 13%, and then I get 6% back up from the Leftovers. He goes for a Toxic on my Sylveon, which is alright, I guess, but since I'm a wall, it's not the best, because I wear down a lot of HP every turn. As it racks up, I go for the Wish, and I predict the switch into a Pokemon, like a different Pokemon, and I go into my Haxorus, getting health back with the Wish from my Sylveon. And here's where I make a mistake. I thought he would go for Sucker Punch, trying to get as much power, as much damage off as he could. And I go for the Dragon Dance, and he actually predicts that he goes for Play Rough, and he knocks out my Haxorus one shot. Mega Mawile is a force to be reckoned with. I switch out into Mamoswine, hoping to get an Earthquake off on it, but he switches out. He goes into Galvantula, that dies to an Earthquake, no problem. Mamoswine's pretty physically offensive, and he switches out into Malamar. I feared the superpower, so I went into my physical wall, Hitmontop, trying to get Intimidate off. Then I forgot about Contrary. So I boost his attack with Intimidate, and then he also gets the superpower boost, +1 defense, +1 attack. Then he takes me out with a Psycho Cut next turn, which I still question because he would have went for another superpower and got more stat boost. I go into my Scizor, knowing I could take any hit from him, and I go for the Swords Dance this turn. So my Mega Scizor is out here, has ×2 special, or ×2 attack, my bad. And the only offensive bug type move I have right now is U-turn, and that'll be swapped for X Scissor because I just didn't know what I was thinking putting U-turn on there. So I go into Skarmory thinking I can basically like tank anything he has and then go for the Whirlwind. I thought he would set up this turn with Mawile with a Swords Dance because I'm so bulky, but he actually doesn't. He goes for Fire Fang, so it's good to know that he has that, so I won't be using that Scizor against him. Switch on to Sylveon to take another hit from this Vaporeon. After Toxic and just a bunch of stuff happening this turn from the Ice Beam and the Vaporeon and the Scald stuff, it's going to wear my Sylveon down and it won't be able to take that many hits. I know Vaporeon is a special beast, like attack and defense, kind of more HP, but Moonblast lowers the special attack. He actually gets a critical hit here, which matters quite a bit because I was going to go for the Toxic this turn to wear his Vaporeon down. That was leftovers, wouldn't be doing anything really. I switch on to Mamoswine thinking it'll do a bit more than like 50%, but it actually doesn't. He goes for the Toxic on my Mamoswine. Mamoswine's poisoned now, so I can't have that since he's a Focus Sash lead. So I switch back out into my Mega Scizor. I didn't predict anything there. I just switched out just to make sure Toxic didn't rack up. Now my Mega Scizor here, I predicted to protect here, and I go for the Swords Dance, just trying to set up all over the Vaporeon to make sure I can one-shot it, so I can switch into my Mamoswine and sweep the rest of his team, seeing that it's Steel type. See, if he burned me here with the Scald, he would have won, definitely, because the rest of my team wouldn't have been able to one-shot the Vaporeon, and Vaporeon could have just scalded Mamoswine, and that would have been bad. I switch on to Mamoswine, seeing that his last two Pokemon are Steel type, and I can do pretty decent damage to them with an Earthquake. But Mega Mawile comes out. He doesn't go for the Sucker Punch. Probably a bad play on his part. I go for the Earthquake. I didn't expect it to one-shot because of the defense boost that Mega Mawile gets. Then he switches out into Double Blade, which is Eviolite. As you can tell by this Earthquake damage, it does 61%. And then he Sacred Swords. I didn't really expect that. And then I have 2% health left. I just kind of like stayed in here. I thought that he would like go for Shadow Sneak or something, but he actually has Protect, which is a good thing to know. So I switch out into my Scizor. And basically, the rest of this battle is just me Swords Dancing and just killing it, really. He has Rock Slide, which is quite an interesting move on Double Blade. But yeah, I'm just going to Swords Dance and then just Bullet Punch away at this Double Blade until it faints. So that was a pretty good battle, guys. If you like my narrating or if you like my content, just go to my channel, link down in the bottom of the description of LumioStation. I did not get the channel for my opponent. And yeah, so this has been my content on LumioStation. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go check me out. Leave a like on LumioStation. I'll see you guys next time.